Did you know that Darth Vader was in these Star Wars movies, comics, shows, and video games? We're talking A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Rogue One, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Star Wars Rebels, The Clone Wars, loads of Marvel comics, Battlefront 2, The Force Unleashed, even Soul Calibur the 5 and Ready Player One. Our goal today is to track the history of this character across all these platforms. Why is he the multi-platform villain?
Well, it's fascinating because he's really more than just a villain, isn't he? He's become this symbol, power, tragedy, redemption, and his presence everywhere, right up to 2025, it feels very intentional. It's like they want every generation to connect with their version of Vader.
Right, right. And it all starts with the films, obviously. The original trilogy that defined his legacy, from that terrifying enforcer in 77.
To that huge moment in 1980, the parentage thing. A massive cultural shift.
Totally. And then the redemption in 83, saving Luke. But the original films gave us that tragic figure. It seems like newer stories wanted to bring back the pure menace first.
Exactly. You see that clearly in Rogue One back in 2016. That appearance was, I think, calculated. Show the sheer unstoppable force he represents.
Oh, that hallway sequence. It's legendary. Just pure terror.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And they carried that relentless feel over to the live-action show, didn't they?
The Obi-Wan Kenobi series from 2022. Yeah, he's like this focused galactic hunter.
And the flashbacks to Anakin's training, they add such an emotional weight to his pursuit of Obi-Wan. It makes it personal.
So shifting gears a bit, what about animation? Places like Star Wars Rebels. What can animation show us that maybe live action can't or doesn't have time for?
Animation gets to explore that complexity, that nuance. Rebels has some incredibly dramatic moments, especially his duels with Ahsoka Tano, his former apprentice.
That relationship. So much history there.
Right. That conflict shows the wound of Anakin's fall in a way that big battles sometimes can't. It's heavy.
And speaking of symbolic weight, you have to remember the end of the Clone Wars, Season 7.
Oh, yeah. Just Vader, wordless, on that snowy battlefield. Clone helmets everywhere. Ahsoka's saber left behind.
This silence is powerful. It really underscores the cost of the Empire rising, contrasting with, the big movie moments.
And that kind of psychological angle is where the comics also really shine. The Marvel runs add so much depth.
Like what specifically?
Well, the 2017 series, for example, it doesn't just show him building the red lightsaber. It gets into the lore, how a Sith has to force the dark side onto the crystal, bleeding it.
Wow, so the act itself mirrors his transformation.
Exactly. And then you have the games offering something totally different, the power fantasy.
Like in Battlefront 2, where you can just unleash him.
Or The Force Unleashed, which flips the script. You actually start the story as Vader, leading the attack on Kashyyyk. It forces you to participate in that ruthlessness.
That's a fascinating perspective shift.
And his icon status means he pops up outside the main story, too. Like being a guest fighter in Soul Calibur 4.
A fantasy fighting game? That's wild.
Or even a cameo as an avatar. In Ready Player One, it shows his reach.
So this wide visibility, it's really strategic.
Absolutely. There's a Vader for every platform, the epic tragedy in film, the interactive power in games, the psychological exploration in the comics.
So it's clear he shifts roles constantly. Main bad guy, symbolic cameo, playable force of nature. But always central, always foundational to Star Wars.
Which does make you wonder.
Yeah.
With new comics always coming out and maybe more appearances planned for Disney Plus All, how will future stories keep adding to or changing how we see Vader?
That's definitely something for you to think about. Check out more of Abby's videos. Tomorrow we will be discussing where can we find Jar Jar Binks.